So what's your name?
My name is Beverly Mbaika, born in Kenya, grew up in Nairobi basically.
So what do you do?
I am a sales representative at the wine shop, at a training sommelier, level 2 sommelier, trying to do my level 3 as well.
Okay, nice, interesting. Now we already now know the official GOVs of you. Now let's get to wine. What is wine basically?
Basically, wine is an alcoholic drink made from fermented grapes or other fruits, but it has to be fermented, but it also has to be an alcoholic drink. Yes. So whatever we say, sparkling and alcoholic wine, that is just sparkling juice. Yeah, basically.
Now we find ourselves knowing there's red, there's white, there's dry. So what are the differences between all these?
For the white, red and rosé, basically it's all about the color physically as you see it, but it also goes down to the grape and also the styles in the making. So where we get the color of the rosé and the wine is basically from the skin of the grape.
Okay.
I'll give you a rough example. If you take a white, a green apple or a red apple, when you peel inside, what color is it? It's white.
It's white, yes.
So whatever juice we get from either white grapes or red grapes is basically white. So we get the color of both the rosé and the red from the skin of the grape. Yeah. So it's only it depends on how much the juice is in contact with the white, with the wine. That is how we get the color intensities, basically.
So the red has definitely the most.
Yeah, it has to stay more in the processes of making the wine.
And I understand the grapes will be more, ripened compared to the rest.
Basically, it depends on also which kind of style you want. Because if you want a fresher, crispier, clean kind of style, it will have to be a bit not overstayed in the vineyards, but basically all the grapes before you harvest them, they have to be ready and ripe.
All right. Yeah. So now down to those small nitty-gritties. So what makes red different from white besides just the color? Okay,
so with basically now we're down to the type of the grape, also the processes of making the wine. And the intensity, the feel, the body, everything about the bottle and the wine.
Yes.
The processes, just different every single time,
Nice, interesting. So when did you start learning or knowing about wine? When did you become a wine lover?
It started way back, but I didn't really start more on the wines. I was really passionate with the spirits when I was in college. But just before I graduated from college, Kenya Utalii College, I have to, Kenya Utalii College. So I landed at Ocean Basket as a waitress, but eventually with my passion it grew. So I was offered a position of a wine waitress. So eventually interacted more with the wine list, got to interact, got to even train the rest of my staff.
Yes, interesting.
So eventually I moved to the wine shop where you now have a big portfolio with over 200 wines you need to sell your passion, you need to sell whatever you have on your list. So eventually I challenged myself as the Wine Jury introduced the WSET a course in Kenya. I went for it.
How long did it take?
It's an intense course for only 2 days. Then after 2 days, you do your exam.
All right. So you have to be passionate. And, because you said something which was very interesting. You said wine is a journey.
Wine is a journey.
So please kindly elaborate that to our viewers.
So there's the mentality of wine being, you have to know everything about wine. It is a journey, what you interact with every single day, from freshly cut grass to the pineapples to sugarcane, whatever. Because if I ask a common Kenyan or just a middle class Kenyan how to describe a gooseberry, what is a gooseberry, the first place? Exactly.
Probably
so
I've seen it by then.
You wouldn't know. But now when you describe a wine maybe with citrus or lemon or tropical fruits like pineapples, mangoes, peaches, apricot, you get to describe wine, you get to understand the different notes. Because when you ask someone, what does this red wine smell of? You might say it has cedar notes, but now you remember like the carpenter shop. Now you it's all about what you interact with every single day, basically. So it's a journey every single time. When you go to the market, when you go to the supermarket, smell, taste, I know it's a bad behavior, but smell it. When you go to the supermarket, you get on, you smell the roses, you smell the petals, you smell the fruits, the vegetables, because even you can even find hohods in a wine. Yeah, as in when you try to interact with wine, you even get very strange notes like cat pee or cabbage or even boiled garlic.
I've tried before, and if I would take these, I can tell there's some fermentation in it. Me, I'm just smelling the fermenting bit of it. You know, the fermenting, like the porridge, the way it is. If you ferment it, you can.
But if I ask you to smell something like chocolates, because it's something that you actually interacted with, or something like coffee or cigarettes.
Cocoa-ish.
Yes, basically that's just how you describe wine.
So it's finding that.
Yeah, what you always interact with every single day.
And it's so plain.
Yeah.
No thinking hard.
Yes, and there's nothing, whatever you find, whatever you pick first, that is just what is in that wine. But you can never say you'll find something like dark fruits or blackcurrant in a white grape.
Yes.
Yeah, no.
Okay, that's interesting.
Yes.
Guys, I think with this knowledge, we all can be the best wine tasters that we can be. So it's up to finding the simplest, those small notes that you just smell and you're like, yes,
And it's about
I can smell this.
practice,
And
just
practicing.
practice.
Yes, because I went to Chandarana, not that I'm meaning them, and I went to their section and it was, I think, my biggest wine range shop that I've ever gone. And I was standing there and thinking, those people who come here, they already know a bottle from this start of the aisle to the end of the aisle, but I have nothing. I'm just looking at the percentage or this 13%. Yeah. So I'm going to get drunk with this.
Because basically, what you should actually look at is definitely where it comes from. The vintage, meaning the year of harvest, like the year that actually appears on the bottle.
Now on that, tell us. Most wine bottles have years written on them. What do these years tell us about that wine?
It's the year of harvest, basically, when the grapes were harvested. Yeah.
Not since the date was.
No.
Removed from the fermentation?
No. Year of harvest, when you harvest the grapes.
Oh, nice. So this was harvested on 2014.
Then when you get to know a little bit more on the characteristics of the grapes, then you'd actually know if it's a sweet wine or a dry wine or... But every single detail that you need to get to know about the wine is on the bottle.
You've also said something about the place.
Yes.
Or does that matter? Tell us.
It might matter to some people because you'd find that most of the guys would really prefer to go for French styles more than the South African styles, or basically the newer styles, the new world styles, or the old world styles. So it actually even gives you the feel of the bottle inside the wine. Because like the region, if you get a bottle of wine from, for example, a Burgundy from France, you get to know what is in that bottle, whether you have the grapes on the bottle or not. So it needs more of research as well.
So you can be able to tell this wine is from Argentina, because do they have the way of doing their grapes, perhaps, unlike the way South Africa will do their grapes, or is just basically even the climatic conditions, soils?
Basic things like how you get a mango from Ukambani, juicy, very rich, very very sweet, right? Yeah, like you can't compare the same mango from Limuru.
True,
so with the climatic changes, with the climatic regions, soils, everything, there's just a lot in a bottle of wine. Plus passion, what the maker goes through, it's just a lot of passion in a bottle of wine.
Oh, nice. Yeah. Interesting. It seems this wine thing, I can go on and on, and it's so interesting to get to to start to want to know more about wine, because wine is one thing but the fact that not people know about it, there's something unique about it as well. And being part of the people who know about wine, I want to be, and I think I'll be looking for you to get to know a bit. And you say you're along Gong Road?
Yes. Okay. Right now we're actually relocating to Leleshwa to be confirmed, but we've closed our shop there, so looking for a bigger space.
Interesting. Guys, what do you think? Remember to share with us your thoughts using the handles right below, and tell us if you are a wine lover or simply what you know about wine. And yes, we shall interact. Yeah, that was nice. Thank you so much. Yes, thank you.